I think for me, my real estate career was always about manifestation, and that's how my life has always worked. And I wanted to be in these beautiful houses so desperately, and I knew one day I would live in them. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, I didn't know why, but I knew I was going to live in them.
Real estate is a mind game because they don't know what they want until they see it.
In 2019, the hit Netflix series Selling Sunset launched luxury real estate agent Christine Quinn into reality TV stardom.
Guys, I'm so excited. We're here at my broker's open, and it is burgers and Botox.
And this past May, she and her husband, Christian Richard, welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby boy, also named Christian. Meanwhile, her fans will be happy to hear there's yet another delivery coming soon, Selling Sunset Season 4, which is due out November 24th.
This upcoming season is honestly one of my favorites that we've ever shot. It's so exciting, you have all the elements, I'm pregnant, Heather is engaged, Davina comes back to the office after leaving and going and working in another brokerage. It's really, really a fun season. And then, I have my baby, and, we're filming everything, a week after I had the baby, we filmed, and you see him as this little baby, and it's so fun. The new season has so many good dynamics. I think you're going to love it, and season 4 is by far one of my favorite seasons we've ever shot.
Selling Sunset follows the professional and personal lives of several members of the Oppenheim Group as they navigate the high-stakes world of high-end Los Angeles real estate.
And I love that the bedroom overlooks the putting green with the view. I mean, this really, thank you, is gonna sell the house.
Exactly.
But Christine's lifestyle wasn't always as glamorous as it appears on the show.
So I did not come from this glitzy and glamorous lifestyle. I am from Dallas, Texas, and I'm from a very small town. My parents still live in the house that I grew up in. It was a 4-bedroom house, and pretty small, but we had a pool, which was really nice. When I was younger, people would ride horses to the grocery store. That's how small it was. Since then, it's been developed, and it's a really beautiful city, but I did not have this glamorous life at all. I was waiting tables, I was working at Walmart, I was working at Sonic, I was working at Taco Bell. I did anything that I could do because I love to work. I love to be busy. I love being around people. I love to make them feel good. My mom says I wasn't the best waitress, but I think I was really good. I think I'm great with people. But she says I wasn't. I moved out to Los Angeles because I wanted to be in acting. I just always knew that, I love to make people laugh. I love to have fun. I love to entertain. So that's what brought me out to Los Angeles. And I realized it's not as easy, it's not as easy as people think. And so I was smart enough to say, hey, you know what? I might need a real job. So I got into real estate. Jason was a friend of mine, and he says, listen, you're really good with people, and I think you should try this. And I was like, absolutely. So I studied, took my test, and I was in real estate for years. And then we got approached to do a television show about our brokerage and our life.
Luxury, glamour, style is my thing, and that's when my clients come to me. You made the right choice.
And that's really where I said, this is amazing. I get to be myself on television, and that's all I ever really wanted.
For Christine, one of the many advantages of reality stardom is that it provides a platform to pursue her other interests. And this September, she launched her first makeup collection with Ciate London.
So for me, I love real estate, and real estate will always be my first love, but I have so many passions, and I think through Selling Sunset, I was really given this opportunity to kind of, hone in and focus on the other things that I wanted to do. And I think that's why I've always loved real estate, because it's been, a job that I was able to do when I wanted to do it. And so I was fortunate enough where I was able to take on other projects and do other jobs and be creative. And so for me, it's really about, expanding myself and seeing how much, I really can do and the different things that I love to do. I love fashion, I love beauty, I love being a mom, and, I love being a real estate agent. So I love to be able to do everything and kind of, have my hands in different cookie jars. And that's really what I love and that's how I thrive.
There's no question Christine has accomplished a lot in the roughly 2.5 years since the premiere of Selling Sunset. And all of it without a formal education, which had long been a source of insecurity and something she once kept private.
I didn't graduate high school, and it's something that I've always been self-conscious about. My mom was really sick. My mom had cancer twice, so she actually pulled me out of school to spend more time with her. So she was, homeschooling me, and it was hard. That wasn't going very well. And I actually never graduated high school. I don't have a GED. I probably have an 8th grade education, not gonna lie. And it's something that I never wanted to tell anyone. It was really hard for me. And then I did an interview. I did an interview with Vogue, and she was telling me, wow, you've accomplished, so much. People look up to you in the world of business. And I just sat there and I don't know, for once I just felt like a fraud. And that was something that I was always embarrassed of, is I would lie on my resume and I would, say I went to, college when I didn't, just to get jobs. And I hated that it was that way. So for me, it was something I was just so self-conscious about for such a long time. And I just told her, I said, you know what? There's something I want to share, and I've never told anyone. I said, only my parents and my husband know this. So I said, I don't have a high school diploma, and I really don't care, because I want people to know that, a piece of paper, and things like that don't really matter. So that was my chance to open up and really tell my story. And in doing so, I found so many people reaching out to me and saying, oh my gosh, me neither. And I was always so self-conscious about it, and I never wanted to, apply for jobs, and I was scared, and I was lying. And, so through me telling my story, it really, resonated with people and helped them, and really gave them confidence, because they said, okay, like, if you're able to do this, I'm able to do this too. And so that's really like the message that I wanted to convey when, I told the world that. And I think it's okay. I think that we're in, a different time now, and it's okay. It's not really about education. It's about, yes, it's important, obviously, but it's really more about what fuels your fire, what drives you, and just being a hustler and having a great work ethic, I think, is the most important thing.
These are the rings that you, Christine, and you, Christian, will wear for the rest of your lives.
Christine and Christian were married in December 2019, and the ceremony was featured in the season 3 finale of Selling Sunset, which aired the following year.
Well, him and I actually met through a friend. It's quite a funny story, actually. So we met through a friend, and she basically told me, hey, I went on a date with this guy. I'm not personally interested in him, but I think you guys would be really great together. And I said, sure, tell me about him. So she told me about him, and I was like, okay, great. I would love to meet up with him. And she goes, if it doesn't work out, if you don't like him, that's fine. He's looking for a home. So I said, okay, all right, that makes it easier. Like, if we don't get along, and I'm like, I don't really like this guy, I could help him with real estate if he wants to. So we went on our first date, and it was just like, we had this banter, and he got my humor for once, and no one ever gets my humor unless they have really good taste. So I love that about him, and we were just kind of bouncing off of each other. I did notice he was really nervous, and he was like sweating bullets, and I was like, is he on drugs? Why is this guy so sweaty? And I asked him on the second date, I was like, why were you so sweaty? I thought you were on drugs or something. And he was like, no, I was just really, really nervous. And I was like, I have that effect on people. It worked out great. I got to, live in the house that I used to have the listing on, that I always wanted to live in, and I got the man of my dreams, so it's really the best of both worlds.
While the birth of the couple's first child certainly made Christine's year, she still has plenty to look forward to in the coming months. Besides the new season of Selling Sunset, in May 2022, Christine will be publishing her first book, How to Be a Boss Bitch.
My goal is to be a New York Times bestselling author multiple times. That is my goal, and it started with this book, and there's going to be many more in the pipeline. But if there's one thing I'm good at, is talking and giving advice. I've always been really, really good at advice. You know, my friends come to me and say, you know, what should I do about this situation or this situation? And I'm like, gosh, I should write a book about this. I have so much to say. So one thing that I have not accomplished yet is, you know, being a New York Times bestselling author, and that's definitely next on the list. And continuing to be a mom and having more kids. I would love to have a big family. I mean, my husband would have a soccer team if he had it his way, but maybe 2 or 3. That's next on my list.